Welcome, folks. Happy Thursday evening. You know what that is. That's us three getting together in the lab and sitting here and having a discussion just between the three of us, kind of just recapping the week and kind of recapping the shenanigans that went upon. My name is Dash, accompanied here by the C Dave and the G Dave. Going a little bit kinky with this, and we're adults here. Let's not make too many dirty jokes here. But just
What
some
we
quick.
do?
No, we're respectable, mature
Sure.
adults.
Okay, sure.
Everyone here has combed their hair today.
We
Oh, yeah.
have all
We
combed here.
have.
We're adults. We're adults, guys.
We've
We have
combed.
we have jobs, we have to look clean.
We have to. I technically need to
I
trim my
even trimmed
beard.
my beard, man. It's
I
shorter.
need to do that. I have been neglecting. I gotta take care of that. But speaking of taking care of things, obviously, yesterday record stream for you guys, over 80
It's crazy,
viewers
man.
simultaneously at one point, and I know Canadian Dave referenced 69. There's your dirty sex joke for the night.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and obviously, again, like and subscribe if you're new. If you want to just continue to listening to more shenanigans here, obviously we do cover weekly pods. We do live streams for watch alongs, and then also live streams on the weekend, and then the after hours, the dive after hours, where we talk about stuff outside of footy, so we have a little bit of fun and let loose.
The stress
And
relief.
very stress
Oh
relief.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But again, big programming note, because these guys went for like an hour and some change after the game. So if you watch yesterday's live stream of the match watch along, there's chapters embedded in the video, so you can actually go into the post game, so you can get these guys flaming really, really hard. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. You guys
If
weren't
you
even
want,
that bad. You
no,
weren't
I'm
even
trying
that
to do like a
bad.
raw. It's more raw. Today's a little more conservative. I'm a lot more worn out, honestly. I did
Yeah,
not recover from yesterday.
because like we were talking about it on WhatsApp, and you know, I'm like, all right. So I had some time. I listened to it while I was working, and I'm like, you guys weren't even that pissed. Like there wasn't really
Yeah.
anything like
Oh,
for
it,
you guys
it
to be
was
upset
it
about.
was the last heat of the moment, I guess. Like
It was,
the chat
The
was
chat was, oh,
angry.
the chat was
of
pissed.
course,
Chat
everyone
was
is mad.
pissed. We were a bit angry, but I don't know. Now,
What
24 hours later, nah.
we're angry because our expectations were pretty much on par with what, and I know you have the receipts for this, Dash, because I don't know. I guess we get called out for certain things, but we have our receipts. At the end of the day, I think we're just disappointed that we were more or less correct in our assessment with how disappointing the season was going to turn out, and us as a fan want to be like, okay, that's just like pundit preseason version of us, and we're just talking
Yep.
shit and we're making predictions and we're full of it and we don't know what we're talking about, and then here we are months later and it's like, well, fuck.
Well, you know, and I think that was the interesting thing about it, right? Because like I don't have that the champions. I should have had that one, but that was a live stream, so it would have been a pain in the ass to dig up. But remember when we had that Champions League discussion, and I was like, let's just focus on getting through the round of 16, and people were calling me a coward for it. Like it was one of those things where I just found it ironic because I was like sitting there, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, because I remember when the odds makers put us at 11 and a half points. It kind of had me stop for a minute and sit there. I'm like, damn, am I missing something here? Is there
Yeah, was it
something here?
13
No, it was 11.
that we
11
ended up
points.
with? We ended up with 11.
No, I'm saying the odds were 11 and
The
a half.
odds. But yeah, what did we end up actually on the table?
Hold up,
Uh,
I can dig that up. I have.
Yeah, I think it was 13, but let's verify that. Because
think
We
fans,
were 20th.
but like
no,
actual
no,
points.
actual points.
Oh, actual points, 12 points.
12. So 11 and a half. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we hit the over.
I mean, pretty accurate.
So yeah, we did a little bit over, but that's where initially I was a little bit concerned with it. And that's where I kind of made the prediction where I was just like, let's just focus on the round of 16, and then whatever happens after is house money. And I even said that before we played PSV a couple weeks ago. But I think at the start of the season, when we were running high off of that 3-game win streak, people were like, we should be in the semifinals. We should potentially push for the final. You know, this is going to save us and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like,
No,
guys, hold on, man. There's way too many question marks.
But do you want to know how close it actually was? Look, we were 20th with 12 points. The last club that made it was Bruges in 24th with 11 points. We were literally 1 point over, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, we just snuck into it. We didn't like
and
comfortably get in.
and on top of that, Yes, of course, we beat Manchester City, but they were underperforming. Those are
They
3
got
points
slapped.
that, yeah.
Just they got slapped by
No,
Madrid.
now of course you have to take advantage now. We can't discuss, if we gained a couple of more points
we got to
there,
deal
lost a
with the
couple of points there.
reality. The
The
reality is that we're out
yeah,
in the
but
playoffs. We didn't get
and
our goal.
we barely even qualified, so yeah.
It was bad. We've been doing bad in Europe for years. The last time
Yeah.
we have won a knockout match was Ronaldo's hat trick against Madrid in 2019.
And that's Champions League, right? That's not factoring in the Europa League, but
Sure,
it,
but yeah,
it's a duck. I mean, European competitions have just been a duck for us for a
Mhm.
while, unfortunately, and that's where it is, and that's why I was a little bit kind of like before. I didn't want to do that. And then the other thing too that I kind of wanted to touch before we talk about my thoughts on this. So I have been a strong advocate for my season expectations were top 4 and pushing and potentially winning the Coppa Italia.
Pull
If
up
you
your
do not
receipt if you want.
if you do not believe me, because again, I don't want people sitting here thinking, because again, I am the more critical one of the 3. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You can call me the negative Nancy, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but I was the more Debbie Downer of the whole situation. And if you don't believe me, this was me right after preseason of going all in for the title. It's top 4 Coppa Italia. That's it.
Mhm.
That's honestly the bare minimum. Top 4 Coppa Italia. And that's where my expectations are. That's why I put them in 4th. I think there's a lot of things that they have to do, maintain consistency. Also, how do they deal with adversity when things don't go their way? It's a bunch of things that they have to factor in and do. And we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen those. Guess what some of our issues are right now? Consistency, managing adversity. I said that 8 months ago. And again, I don't mean to be like other influencers here that are like, hey, pay attention. Look at me. I'm the one that predicted the future. Ha ha ha. Look how awesome I am. I legitimately did, because I pulled the clip here. And I actually legitimately, the moment this kind of clicked in my head, oh, hey, I said this. Let me actually get the clip and show it to you guys that I actually said this. And I'm not trying to bullshit my way as some kind of oracle here. Am I
Listen,
pissed
we
off?
all know certain people like to shoot themselves in the dick on the internet.
So am I pissed off about the PSV loss? No.
I shot myself in the dick. I predicted us second in the league.
Yeah, I mean, we have a hard bias, right? We're
No,
primarily a UV
it was
channel. We're
by
supposed to
no, dude.
post a
It
little
was
bit.
heavy bias, dude. I never believed in my heart of hearts that we will be second or even give it a fight for the Scudetto. But
Well,
man,
and
we are hopeful in the end. We are fans.
No,
no,
and
we are, and we also know that Dash is gonna rate low, so we can't all we have to
Yeah,
switch it up, right? So you always know where Dash is gonna go, so you just go opposite.
yeah,
oh, that's
yeah.
horseshit. No, that's baloney. The only reason, and the big reason why was at the time, and that was before we even got Coop Myers and other players like that, like Conceição and Nico Gonzalez. I was looking at it and I said, and again, I could play the whole 3-minute clip here, but I said the other thing too, offensive consistency. I'm not sure what offensive consistency is, because I don't know who the team is built around. I made a
You
Dusan joke about his broccoli hair, and I made a joke about Chiesa because Chiesa was exiled at the time in the continuation of that clip. So I said, I don't know what the offensive savior is. What's going to give us the offense? Again, issue number 3. What's our offense? Because it doesn't exist. So I legitimately called this 8 months ago. And I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope there is something that addresses this within the 6 months until January, but it hasn't. And again, I understand the game and I understand the patterns and the passages of play, and there aren't anything there. And the issue is, and the reason why I am concerned, and you can say that I'm a negative Nancy, is because, to the contrary of a Premier League team like Man United right now, Man United financially doesn't really give a damn what position they finish as long as they don't get relegated. Because you want to know why? They have enough money in their coffers to end world hunger if they wanted to.
Yeah, Rabona TV actually just did a video on that too. Like, it doesn't really matter as long as they're not relegated.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for them, their coach can do whatever the hell he wants to do because they're afforded that longer leash for us, and the reason why I said there needs to be at least a top 4, you cannot afford to finish outside of top 4, is because a lot of things and I don't give a damn if you get pissed at me, but a lot of these hipster ball enthusiasts want to sit there and be like, well, maybe if we actually get some consistency in players playing together and develop patterns and passages of plays. Well, guess what? If you do not finish in the expected performance zone, you don't know who the hell is going to be here next summer.
Yeah, you're not going to get the hipster ball whatsoever. You're going to get just ugly Balkan ball.
Not even ugly Balkan ball, as much as we'd love to do the Balkan tour. But no, look, I'm serious because, like, for example, are you going to be able to afford Kolo Mugnani?
No.
Are you going to be able to afford Conceição? Are you able to afford Nico Gonzalez?
Already a report that today coming out saying that we're looking to offload 2 of our stars, whoever stars may be, but looking to offload 2 significant names at least, just to continue the rebuild.
Are you gonna get Dusan for a decent value if you do decide to sell him?
You're barely gonna break even on him.
Are you gonna get anything out of that? How much are you gonna sell Yildiz for? Because you're gonna have to sell him at some point if you're gonna get some value or some plus value.
The problem is with how Yildiz is performing. Like, do you remember
exactly?
when we?
Are you gonna get anything?
No, but hold on. Do you remember when we said, "Oh, somebody will pay 100 million, 90 million, or whatever"? Dude, would we right now take 50 million for him?
Will they?
That's still overvalued. I'm gonna look at it right now.
Will you have to?
No, 50 million is like you. That is the point where you buy on potential and not according to market value.
Yeah,
But like
sure,
if somebody puts 50
45
million
actually,
45,
45 on transfer market, so not too far off.
Yeah, no, but I honestly, we can't kiss those 100 million goodbye.
Yeah. Is that gonna be the value gets sold for? Are you gonna have to sell Bremer to make something out of something? Because
by the way,
what's Bremer worth right now?
Yeah. What's he worth?
And even then the release clause was 65, right? We bought him for how much? Was it around 50?
Yeah, 40 and some change, I think.
So that's a bit of plusvalenza, but dude, as soon as we trigger the buy obligation for Nico Gonzalez, for example, like the Bremer money is gone.
That's 40.
No, apparently now I don't know how true these reports were last week. Is that we've already started triggering the buy clause on some of these players, like Di Gregorio.
Yeah, no,
Nico.
but they were
it's already gone this money potentially.
Yeah, no, but they were easy to hit.
Lloyd Kelly as well. That motherfucker. All we need is fucking 6 plates, and we're paying for him.
And by the way, he's a constant starter now, so he will play.
Oh my lord!
As much as we don't want to, but yeah.
And you know what? This is one of the things that still pissed me off about yesterday is that we just spent a bunch of money on Lloyd Kelly, and he's starting and he's making mistakes. Yet people are trashing on Gatti, who I gotta look at how many minutes the guy has now. But I mean, the guy hasn't stopped playing all fucking season. It's not even his natural like defensive defender. So we're shitting on him, and we're shitting on Savona, who should be playing with the next gen, or warming a bench somewhere, And people are on the internet just starting shitting on these players.
You know what's I find ironic is it took people 3.5 years to start holding players accountable, and we've been preaching that for the last 2.
Sure.
Do you not for me, how ironic and hypocritical that is, where, like, for example, when you and I all 3 of us were sitting, maybe Chiesa isn't that good, or maybe Dusan's not that good.
I have done my research on Gotti. He's at 1,929, 31 according to FODMOB in Serie A, and 801 minutes in Champions League. The brother's about to break 3,000, and we're just above like halfway of the season.
Yeah, we still have like a third, I guess, to go. Man,
you want to know, like, for example, and this is where, and the comments of the PSV fans kind of made me chuckle a little bit, where they were like, you guys didn't even play anti-football, which is like our kryptonite. Like, why didn't you guys do that? Like that
Because we're hypocrites.
that's to me that's to me what I found ironic is when you have PSV fans that say, all you guys needed to do is sit back and hit us on the counter and we would have been screwed.
That's what we are
Where
saying.
it's PSV fans saying that, where they're just kind of like, well, shit. I mean, you give us all this open space for us to press you. Well, shit, we'll take it. Because
Yeah, but you know,
we played the same, just fucking bam the wings. That's all that happened yesterday.
Because I watched it and I said, okay, great. Maybe we can just sit back, hit him on the counter, be effective. That's the best way to beat a Dutch team. It's always been the cheat code for beating a Dutch team. That's how Tottenham pulled some bullshit in the last 2 minutes against Ajax in 2019. Like literally, when you play a Dutch team, they do gegenpressing, and the best way to beat a gegenpress, bunch up in the middle, attack through the middle, spread it out wide, and you generally have a tap in. Tactics 101. That's how you beat Dutch teams, because Dutch teams play one way and one way only. Intense gegenpress and nothing else. German Dave, you live right by the damn country, so you probably know better than me.
You guys even tried to make it the same country at one point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
not just that we did try, like we had
they speak the same language.
Listen, this asshole's president over here is trying to take my fucking country right now. I know how it feels, all right?
Welcome, 51st state of the United States. So I look at it from that perspective. I'm sitting here, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Because, like, for example, you look at the first half Juve played great. The second half, Juve is gassed. And I'm like, are you going to change the way that you're playing and hunker down and play a little bit smart?
Nope.
And then Weah with the BBR somehow gives us a lifeline. And we continue to do the same exact shit.
It was bad. Like, there was no momentum shift after that.
This is where I look at it and I say, as a coach, again, my experience as a coach, because, I've actually coached and trained players, you have to be absolutely insane to run the same thing again, especially when Weah gets you a lifeline. A guy with common sense, maybe we should just sit back, hold the result, and try to do something out of this from the counter. Again, subbing Kolomuani for Dusan was the stupidest idea ever. Again, makes no freaking sense to me. Because again,
I would like to see both of them play at the same time, if it's even for like 15 minutes or something. I would just like to see it.
A like for like substitution made absolutely no sense. And then, like, for example, again, you hear there, Toon Koopmeyers had the flu. So why did he start? Is there a reason why he started?
He apparently wasn't feeling great again either. He's like me, always getting sick. I got some years on the bastard, so what's his excuse?
So I'm kind of like, huh?
What I don't understand, yes, yesterday I had a rant with how much I hate coaches that aren't adjusting towards the team and the situation they are in. Look, what is the best playing style when your team is already dead and has like minutes in their legs? What is the best style?
Park the bus.
Park the bus and counter?
Look, and we are still trying to play a ball possession style, send the ball to our wingers, like literally milk every single percentage of juice out of them. Do you know how many players? This is only Serie A, by the way. We have above that played above 1,000 minutes in Serie A. How many players?
At least 5 to 6.
12.
Easy. This is twice that amount.
Yeah.
12 players played above 1,000 minutes. Gatti, Di Gregorio, Locatelli, Yildiz, Kalulu, even though he is injured, played the top 5 most minutes, even though he's missing for how long now? Koopmeiners, Cambiaso, Savona, Vlahovic, Thuram, McKennie, and Weah. And the next one is Conceição with 949, but all of those played over 1,000 minutes. That's, yeah.
And I look at the lineup again, like, for example, again, Koopmeyers isn't 100% healthy. You want to go with a little bit more physical and defensive. You put Locatelli and McKennie as the double pivot, and you put Yildiz as the 10.
But really,
'Cause-
that's what I'm
And
saying.
like
Adjust to the situation.
adjust to what you have.
And
but you have so many options even. You don't even have to do that.
and that is what makes me angry. Well, when we played Inter, and when you look at the minutes we are playing, dude, sorry, Nico Gonzalez, 877 minutes. He played in Serie A. How long was that guy injured? Almost 2 months.
2 months, 2.5.
Look, he's back, and we are milking him again against Inter. When you had an opportunity to make one more sub, Bangula sat on the bench. He didn't get any minutes in that game. How don't you save those 25 to 30 minutes in his legs? That's what I don't understand, and that was my biggest problem with that game, even though we won it.
It's poor coaching. It's poor coaching, poor man
Oh,
management. That's what it
like,
is.
yeah, it's just not enough foresight in my opinion.
It's foresight and it's fear. That's what it is. It's foresight and fear. He is coaching scared. He is managing scared. That's what it is. Oh, I don't want to take this person off because I lose balance and the team falls. It means you don't have a system. If you're hesitant to make substitutions or you're hesitant to move players, it means your system's not good. It means you don't trust your own system.
They don't even trust each other right now. The disagreement in the press conference between Mata and Locatelli, how Locatelli is saying, "Oh yeah, we didn't want to win. We didn't come out. We didn't prove it." And then Mata coming in after saying, "Oh no, that's not how it was. We want to win the whole time." It's like
Didn't look like it.
I'm
look,
believing
look,
Locatelli this time, man.
Look, one of them is corporately speaking, and that's the coach, and the other one is speaking like an actual captain that is trying to hold the team and the players accountable.
Yeah, and even if you're corporate and your captain says one thing and it's true, you can't go and say it's untrue. That's a very
And by the
uncorporate
way,
thing to do.
you could tell by the intensity on the pitch. It's not like we don't have eyes. Like, we could see what the intensity was, and who wanted to win the game more.
Like, again, for me, it's just like I don't have, like, again, I'm not, "Oh, we should have won the Champions League," and I thought this
Nobody's
guy
saying that, man.
yeah, nobody's saying that, and I think that's nuts if someone sits there and brands that expectation on us. Because again, I just showed you the receipts, but, I don't know the other thing too is I don't understand why there's folks that were thinking that this was, like, some insanity upset. It wasn't really. It might have been an upset, but it wasn't as, like, David versus Goliath upset as some people are painting it out to be. Like, PSG is actually pretty or PSV is actually pretty good.
And we aren't enough of a giant, honestly. We're
not.
just not anymore.
We're just the turn giants, which I mean, we're competing with a team that's full of a plane crash and then those other guys.
You can't just say that way. People are still confused who we are.
There's a deep cut in that one.
Oh, boy, triggered. But when you look at it though, because PSV scored 76 goals in the Dutch league this season, they're good offensively, especially with their goal scoring record at home. I said it after the first leg. I said, "Oh boy, I hope we're gonna find some way to expose those guys on the counter because that's the only way you're gonna get them because they're gonna come at you," and they did. And they did. That's why, again, I'm not disappointed. I'm not depressed. I'm not miserable. It was one of the options. It was 50-50 in my eyes, and the opposite happened where I thought maybe we could pull something off here. If anything, we were the underdogs in that tie.
And by the way, as well, they conceded the 3 least. They're in third, like, in goals conceded. Like,
It's like
Ajax
26.
conceded only 18, then Alkmaar conceded 21, and then it is them and
Like 24 or
Feyenoord joined
26.
with only 26 goals conceded.
So defensively, they're good. It's a good team. PSV is a good team.
Well, they're there for a reason, right? You can't. What is it? Even
you can't.
those teams, Maccabi Haifa, for instance, we lost to, right? We can't take any of these guys for granted.
Well,
Yeah,
that one.
100%.
Oh boy. But the point that I kind of want to stress is that the Champions League isn't full of giants right now, unless maybe if you're Real Madrid. That's the only team that I consider a giant in that competition. That's the only team, seriously, because like for example, Bayern barely scraped through against Celtic. Is that like again? You look at Atalanta; they got embarrassed by Bruges. Milan apparently forgot that Champions League refs are a lot more harder than Serie A refs, so they got themselves kicked out by Feyenoord.
Dude, but Theo is
An
pulling
idiot. Oh,
some sort of
absolutely.
that shit. Like it's not the first time.
Oh, absolutely. But
Yeah.
it's a reality.
No,
This
but
Champions League season. Go ahead.
what I comment on, like every other stream, what I commented on YouTube. If you want to read through, there's a bit of an essay regarding an overall topic of football. No, but look, all over Europe, every single league, every single team has incredible talents right now. How talents get developed, athletes are getting better, football schooling is getting way better. Every team has incredible talents. Even though the Premier League is earning the most money, every single league has now good financial backing because football is getting more and more professionalized. It's becoming a bigger business. Teams have way more money. Teams are earning way more sponsorship money. It's just everybody sees the Premier League like up here, but all the other leagues are earning more money as well. And teams are deeper. Teams have great talents. Look, PSV had Saibari is in gem. Like in 1 or 2 years, he will play, yeah, for a bigger team, England or Spain or wherever. Same with Bakayoko. Like you can go through the whole Netherlands, Belgium, like Portuguese league, bottom of the French league, man. Like everybody has incredible talents, and yet you can't just mug a team off and say, "Oh yeah, we are the absolute favorites." There's a reason why I said, dude, hopefully we get the 2-goal lead in the first leg. And that didn't happen. And now guess what? We lost by a goal margin.
Yeah.
Honestly, what it
Well,
is.
I mean, yesterday it was 2. The aggregate was 1. The fact that we
Yeah,
lost
yeah. I mean,
3-1
I mean on aggregate. Yeah,
no, but when you actually take a step back, okay, yeah, we lost by 1, but when you looked at we lost that individual game 3-1.
yeah.
I mean, no, man, like you got to play tighter than that. Yes, you lost Vega, and that's huge, obviously. And then Gatti that we just mentioned played 200 minutes.
Yeah, but we lost him early into the game. Why don't you adjust anything? Why do you still play a high line? Why do you still
That's the
bomb the
biggest
ball
problem.
to your wingers?
It's the code.
That's
Like
what I don't
for me at
understand.
this point, like I have to put most of the blame on Mata for in particular yesterday's match. There was just too much.
You can't
And
manage a
yes,
game.
there's challenges. Okay, so Cambiasso not 100% getting subbed in, subbed out. Vega coming off early, right? Thuram apparently recovering from something. You also have Coop Miners that's sick. You have these issues. But every team has those issues.
Every team has issues.
PSV had those issues.
Yeah.
So again, what's her fucking excuse that not to make those
adjustments? It's poor man management. It's poor managing. It's what it is.
You do when your team is shit. How do you form them up? You got like a bunch of little leaguers. How do you form up little leaguers? Bunch of guys that have never played together, beer league, whatever.
You form them up based off of what their physical capabilities and what their abilities are, and then you put it in a position where you can at least have them highlight what they're effective at. And if they have glaring weaknesses and another player or another piece within the thing has a coverage for that player's weakness, you group them together.
And how complicated would you make the systems?
It wouldn't have to be that complicated.
No. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Like we're trying to paint a Picasso here with the fucking paintbrushes from Walmart.
Dude,
and half of them are broken.
It is like having a second string quarterback like in the NFL when your main quarterback gets injured. Like you easy give him an easier playbook. You shorten like all your different play calls. You make it easier for the guy, and you take or use the play calls that have the highest
Success rate.
possibility of the highest success rate. And you have to adjust to those things. We're not like, yes, our injury crisis is like, it's crazy how many players are injured, and 2 will get fit again, and then 3 get injured again. Like, it is absolutely crazy, but you have to adjust accordingly.
Yeah. And here, so I can give you a real life story. This happened to me last night. So we're playing and our left back was just getting torched. Absolutely torched by a guy that was faster and taller. Normally I play as a 10. So then what I did was we subbed the left back off. I went to left back, and then we had more of a dribbling defensive midfielder. And because we were struggling from playing out of the back, essentially what happened was, instead of putting all the pressure on the defensive midfielder to facilitate the play, because they were pressing 2 to 3 guys on him to stop us from building out of the back, I switched to left back. And again, I'm a ball player. I'm a ball playing player. I can carry the ball. I can dribble. I can pass. I can shoot. So then what happens is, again, his weakness was that, again, he was being overpressed and needed a fall away option. I was able to do that and then check away and then complement him. Where for the difference is that defensive midfielder is a lot more physical than I am. So he's able to press and open up the first press for me to win the ball and then play the ball through into space. It's quick adjustments like that, because I saw in my head where I'm like, wait a minute, I should probably go over here and cover this right now because we're getting torched there. As a coach, you need to recognize that. You need to recognize the small ebbs and flows. My left back is getting cooked. This is why he is getting cooked. I have this person in my personnel that could probably fix this, but we'll have to adjust something like that. It's thinking on the fly, because we were getting smoked on our left side until I went back down there and then our defense locked up. Then we didn't have any more issues. It's looking at things like that.
I felt like you were talking about Juve for a second. Oh, we're getting cooked on the left side.
Shoot. I guess that's just a I guess that's a
It
general
was more
thing,
our
but
right side yesterday, but yeah.
But no, it's small ebbs, it's small things like that. It's identifying and being able to pivot, not being afraid to pivot. Because, for example, again, you put me a Cam as a left back, that's a pretty big risk tactically, right? If it doesn't work. Because again, I have different physical characteristics. I'm not a bombing up and down the wing fullback. Again, I'm more of not slow as in I don't have sprint speed, but again, I like to manage my energy a lot so I can have those bursts. But when you're playing fullback, you're moving up and down, and I don't have the energy as a 19 or a 20-year-old does. And that's who I was up against. I was up against a fast 19-year-old that he was really good, great dribbler. What did I do? Hey, he takes a heavy touch. Hey, his movements are lateral and linear. They're not advanced whatsoever. So what do? Hey, initiate the first press to get him to go into the first move, and I can clean up the ball in zone. Understanding things like that, understanding how PSV were coming at you, understanding certain movements like that. Hey, De Jong is playing the ball this way. Maybe I should adjust this and have Gatti cover this instead of leaving Gatti on an island to die. And that's where I hold Mutta at fault. I'm not saying that he should get fired, but it's things like that. Because again, I've spent time learning the game. I've spent time learning the craft behind the tactics, the organization, player development, understanding players' weaknesses, how to grow players, how to help them at least compensate or improve the weakness of their game so they're a more well-rounded individual. And I have not seen any of the players on this current iteration of Juve's roster improve and develop on weaknesses to their games. Because I haven't seen anyone grow. From what they are, they haven't. Has Dusan grown? No, he's regressed.
He's regressed, yeah. I don't
Has
know.
Coop-
That's a
has
little
Coop-
unfair because the couple of guys like Cambiaso, Locatelli, they've
only Locatelli, but that's because he's not playing the ball carrying role anymore.
sure.
Because that was his weakness. That was his weakness last season. He was the
I
main.
just want to give some of the flowers where they are due, but yes, by and large, and that's a good question. Like, what's the overall? Like, if you're playing FIFA and you have the player ratings, or your players grow by like 5 points every year, or 3 points, like how many did ours grow by? If at all.
Because that's the thing. That was the biggest criticism I had for Locatelli under Max's final season, is that Loca is not a regista. He cannot carry the ball. He is not that incisive. He is way too passive with being able to take a penetrating ball. This season, he doesn't have that role. It's Koopmeier or Luis or sometimes Thuram. Locatelli doesn't really have that role that much anymore. Locatelli's covering all the other things, which are to his strengths. With, again, credit. I will give credit for him putting Loca to more of his strengths. But I look at it again. It's just like, has Cambiasso improved this season? I think he's been the same.
I think it's just he's played a lot and he's been injured as well, right?
Well, no, I know,
think
but I'm
that's one
saying,
of
like,
those things that you have to
there
take into
isn't
consideration.
there isn't much of a dimension in adjustment to his game. Like, for example, Yildiz, has there been anything where Yildiz has done or he's developed or learned something new? No.
I think just again with both of them, just more consistency, more. Yes, this wasn't like a last season thing. We're continuing our development as a player. It may, but no, nothing like, oh my god, like this player is like what we expected Yildiz, for instance, to be this year. We're just like this blowout superstar out on the moon with NASA.
Because these players are not being put in positions to succeed. That's
Well,
why.
they're
Besides
not getting the right kind of stresses. They're getting the stresses of losing all the fucking time, but they're not getting the stresses of learning to be men and showing the fuck up when it matters.
Well, again, that also goes back into your manager, where your manager is able to put you in a position for you to build confidence and succeed. Because he's the one that sets the tone. And I've got a story about, like, for example, I played a playoff game Monday, and fuck it, I'll tell it here. So we're playing a playoff game on Monday. I am playing in my regular role. We're getting hit with a counterattack. I pivot to one of their strikers. They're playing 2 men up top. I see that the ball goes backheel to the second striker. I throw my face in front of the ball and I get blasted in the face and again, my nose is busted. Like, I am busted open. But again, set the tone, because if I go out, my team got rattled from it because holy fuck, I think Dash has a concussion. I think Dash is out for the rest of the game because it was 5 minutes into the game. But again, I went in. I got into an argument with the trainer because the trainer was trying to put me through concussion protocol, and I yelled at the trainer to give me the fucking gauze and let me patch myself up already. Yeah, and blood all over my arm. I'm completely, my nose is completely bleeding, like everything. And, my face is swollen. They're testing my eyes to see if I had a concussion. But again, setting the tone. I went back out there immediately. I was only out for 2 minutes, came back out there. I had these things in my nose like this. My nose was pinched, so I couldn't breathe through my nose. But
I can confirm I saw the evidence.
yeah, German Dave did see the pictures. But I went out because to set the tone, to build the confidence, because I came back out there. My team looks and says, holy fuck, this guy just had his face busted open and he's back out there. Where it gives them that confidence to be themselves. It gives them that shit, dude. Dash has a gashed face and I'm sitting here afraid of this. Because the mental aspect to the people around you is so crucial to the game, where if you're not able as a coach or as a captain to get your guys, to put your guys in that mental state for them to succeed, they will crumble. Every single time. When the pressure gets hard, they crumble. Sometimes you got to take that ball to the face and have a busted nose to get your team going. It's a facet of it. And because we have 11 captains, we don't have that guy on the field. Because we have a coach that doesn't have the confidence to make the risky changes or the risky adjustments, we don't have that. And that's one of the biggest shortfalls of this team, is the lack of confidence. That's what it is, because lack of confidence, even if we take it into the real life aspect of it, can affect anything from as simple as waking up and getting out of bed in the morning. If you are not confident in yourself, you are not getting out of bed properly. If you are not confident in yourself, you are not making your breakfast, you are not going about your day properly. And you want to sit here and tell me that the players on this roster are confident? I don't believe you. I don't. Because a lot of times they look like they phone it in. They look like they just do it to get it over with. They look like they get through the repetitions. And based off of the interviews that I've seen and the press conferences that Monta's been doing, he's scared shitless. He's over his head.
Did you see his face? That stupid shit-eating grinning he had when the camera.
Yeah, this.
Oh man, I just want to punch it. That's not how you react in that situation. You're in charge, man.
I'm not saying that you need to do what I did and get into a doctor's face to give you the gauze to let you go play. I'm not saying, give me the fucking gauze and let me go out there. Like, I'm not saying that you need to do that. But you need to sit there and be stoic, say, "Hey, my team did not play well, but we're gonna sit back, we're gonna go back into the lab, we're gonna figure some things out, and then we'll be ready for the weekend." Instead of, "Oh, we went in to play to win," or da 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 da. You
No,
need
I'm
to
tired
sit
of the
there.
bullshit, man.
dude, fuck all that, man. That's going even like too deep. What the base thing or the basis of a team? When you build a team foundation, what is the most normal thing to do in football? Scream at each other. Your team
Yes.
can take it, man. It's grown-ups. I don't see intensity, and I don't mean slide tackles, push your opponent away, and stuff like that. Yes, that as well. Like show some intensity, like towards the opponent as well. But where's the screaming at each other? Where's showing where to be? They just look like they don't care. And good teams like, dude, Virgil van Dijk is screaming the whole game at Trent Alexander-Arnold, and those are their captains and vice captains, man.
It's part of it. You
At
need a
at
bit of
at
passion,
at
right?
at, at Real Madrid, dude, Rüdiger screaming and almost punching everybody,
And he's trash.
and he's trash. And no, no, yeah, you have to have a certain
Shout out,
level
shout out,
to
shout out
to
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 Jeff.
play a to play a Madrid, but goddamn, like good teams when you have a chemistry, when you have a hierarchy, like players can scream at each other, and guess what? They're grown-ups. They can eat that, and everything will be fine. Like afterwards. But goddamn, like show something, show some intensity, show me that you care.
I kind of find it ironic because I was watching a team play last night before I played my game, and it was, a bunch of 50-year-old pregnant men in a sense, right? Because of their beer guts, they look like they're 8, 9 months pregnant.
Dude, but those guys are
I was,
intense, man.
I was just about to I was just about to get there, spoiled it for me, but they played some of the most beautiful technical football. And I don't mean technical as in dribbles and step overs and stuff like that, but positional play, one touch passing. It was
They can't
beautiful.
run, man. Yeah, that's
Well, even
because
that, but
you
like, for
have to
example,
evolve the game as you get
Hey,
older.
no, I know, but I'm saying, but they had some younger kids that were or younger folk that were playing with them too, and, like, if one of them was out of position, you could see the guy's stomach go up when he was about to yell at him because he's just taking
Yeah,
in
scared
air.
shitless. You don't want to get yelled at the guy with the beer
Dude,
belly that's
I
playing than you that's
dude,
30 years older.
So it's
I
just like
I don't want to get pressed in my own box by one of those guys, man. I get scared.
so, like, he's yelling at the kid, "You need to be here, you need to adjust this and do this," and the kid's like, yeah," and the
Mhm.
kid fixed his shit up, kid got in a position, and
Yeah, man.
it's
Sometimes you just need a tell-off, man. You improve performance, and everybody can go to their respective days
fine.
off afterwards.
And it's again, back to the story with me with my face busted open. I saw where I'm like, I could tell the moment because the game stopped. Everyone's like, oh, fuck, is Dash going to be back? Is Dash out for the game? Is he done? And, again, I immediately just pinch my nose and I run straight with the trainer, straight to the thing to get myself evaluated so I can get back in because I've played this game before. I understand moments like that. If your best player gets hurt, and he goes down, it rattles you. There's so many nuances to the game that can rattle you if you're not paying attention. So it's understanding that and going in and trying, even if you are not 100% fit, if you are there to at least even if you're not mentally 100% fit as a coach or even there, even as a player, if you're not mentally there, if you are able to go out there and give people that, hey, I'm good, we're good, where it's like when I ran out there, the first thing I looked at everyone because they're all looking at me like, "Holy fuck, is he? Guys, let's go. I'm good. Let's get this. Let's go now." And you can even see how I just said this now with the way that the tone of my voice changed. Because, like, for example, if you see your captain get bashed in the face and he runs out there saying, "I'm good. Let's do this," you're sitting there thinking, "Fuck yeah, we can."
Yeah, of course.
If my guy, if he did that and he took that, you best believe I'm shit. And I'm scared of this. And this guy fucking was bleeding not even 2 minutes ago.
It's
And
like
he's back.
Brad Pitt when he's in Troy and he's leading the charge, right? Gotta be Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
Go
just
go ahead. You
unfortunately,
gotta go ahead.
I'm not as attractive as him, but that's the essence. where it's just like you gotta, and there's other aspects of your life that you can do it too. And this is great for the after hours, but we're doing it now. But it's important to instill that as a leader in your group, as your team captain, coach, whatever. In that right now, and that is my biggest criticism of Mota, is that that's not there. I just haven't seen it. And I hate to say it too, you either got it or you don't.
At
'Cause,
this
like,
at this level, yeah, like it all comes out in the wash, right? You
you
know at this point.
you don't grow a pair of cojones on the job, unfortunately. You can learn how to make substitutions, you can learn how to do tactics, you can learn how to do things with time and experience. But, like, for example, you can't learn to have cojones. And, like, your best coaches or your elite coaches are the ones with the biggest balls. Pep Guardiola, tactical genius. Have you seen that motherfucker when he gets pissed? Pep Guardiola will hang you by your nutsack.
Dude, that guy is yeah,
How
he's crazy.
intense he is. He has
Dude,
the same intensity as Antonio Conte.
yeah,
That is how intense Pep Guardiola is.
yeah.
Need I say more about Diego Simeone? He will choke you if you look at him funny. Jose Mourinho.
Dude, he's cussing out his own players like every single day.
But
Jose
like it's
Mourinho.
not these are like the best examples. You can take, I don't know, like take Claudio Ranieri for instance. He's not a
Yeah,
guy that typically goes to scream. Or
Gasperini,
Gasper, and that's the other example. Like they still yell at bitches.
dude, 2 days ago he killed his best goal scorer this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, he absolutely murdered him.
Oh, sorry, second best after, of course.
Retegui. But
Lüttich.
yeah, he went after Lookman, and Lookman's like, oh shit. And that's not even the first thing. He's done it to Alejandro Gomez. He did it to Illich.
He did it to
He did-
Koopmeiners when Koopmeiners was there.
Yep, he's done it there.
Coop Miners doesn't get yelled at anymore.
Yeah, Coop Myers doesn't get yelled at
He's
anymore.
he's with the stepmother now. Doesn't yell at her.
No, but look, when you don't have a team that has sort of leaders or experience, you need to get that from your coach. And when neither like your coach has it, then you have a big effing problem because you have literally no leadership, no hierarchy. The players see their coach as a big bro instead of a man. Father figure is the wrong term, but somebody that they look up
Similar to
to.
it, mentor, like a mentor.
Yeah, mentors. Like yeah, and it doesn't feel like he is mentoring
No.
like the team.
Seems like he wants to be everybody's friend based off of
And
just kind of the body language and everything that he
and
does.
in addition to that, we lost all our leaders. We just sent them away. Like, oh, yeah, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, and you know the funny thing too is like for example, despite the way he was soft spoken on interviews, but Max was just as intense behind the scenes too.
Training he was, yeah.
Oh,
Max
hated
And
the interviews, the press conferences. He
yeah,
just
yeah.
went through the motions, like, yeah, you guys are all idiots anyways, and move on.
behind the scenes, Max was something else because if you think about it too, players on this current roster are calling Max for advice. McKennie still talks to Max. Fagioli asked Max if he should go to Fiorentina.
Like, fuck yeah, get out of there now.
Like Moretti also asked about going to Genoa. Like these players have all talked to him because Max was like a mentor to him.
Yeah.
Why do you think Rabiot left and didn't even consider coming back? He priced himself out in a sense. Say what you want about Rabiot,
Yeah.
right? Say what you want about him. But
Guess
it's
what?
through,
Rabiot's playing Champions League next season.
yeah. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. God damn it. But
Love you, bro. Love you, bro.
inside joke. I know. Oh, damn it. I lost my train of thought because of that. Well timed. Well played, sir. Well played. But Danilo again. There's something going on systematically at this club where it has thrown a lot of things out of whack, and there is no cojones. There is no incentive to succeed. There is no drive to push forward. And us, because we are a consumer of the product, because I will, despite whatever anyone says, being a sports fan, you are a consumer of a product.
We are customers.
Yes. What that means, we buy the streams so we can watch it. We buy the jerseys. We buy the swag. If you look behind me, there's a shit ton of it.
Yeah, if my camera's working, you can see
Oh,
all the
guys,
hundreds of dollars I spent.
Hey,
Thousands.
don't you look at my future streaming room, man. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
there's a
money spent on
lot
t-shirts.
of Alvaro Morata jerseys in different
Not
variations.
even single one of them, man.
Yes,
None
there
of them.
is.
Oh, we
No,
know.
there's no.
He's
My
wearing
Spain
one.
shirt doesn't have a print yet.
He's wearing one under his hoodie. He doesn't want to admit it. No.
Yeah, every time. Now let me strip on.
He sleeps with most people check their bed for the boogeyman.
By the way, he's at Galatasaray. We just could have had him. He has a strip.
Yeah,
Now that you brought it up.
we need to bring guys back from Galatasaray because they come back fixed with a girlfriend for 5.
Yeah, shout out to the Lions.
Dude, Icardi at Galatasaray, Morata at Galatasaray, Osimhen at Galatasaray. Take your pick, man. Look, dude,
Zaniolo, even like I know he came back, but like he's recovered a career.
Galatasaray got in the span of a year because Icardi was already there last year. But Icardi, Osimhen, Morata. Dude, what the fuck are those strikers, man? That's crazy.
They're gonna win the Europa League. I think they're in Europa League.
Hold up, research. they were somewhere.
They're somewhere.
They're somewhere in Europe.
Oh boy!
Shout out to the Lions Den.
No, they were in. They played today. I think they just got eliminated.
Europa League versus Alkmaar, and they lost.
Fuck!
Yeah, they got eliminated a few hours ago.
6-3 on aggregate to Alkmaar.
Really?
But Osimhen scored.
Osimhen scored. That's it.
Oh my god, Dash! You will like the stats. Galatasaray had 65% ball possession. Had lost to a team with 35% ball possession.
Oh, they got Allegri'd. Oh boy,
they got Allegri'd.
Love it.
But I mean, again, I think hopefully things turn around. Hopefully things go in a positive direction. Right now I'm very skeptical on seeing it, and that's again our job here. We're content commentators. We commentate on what is going on. Like, if I were to sit here and be like, oh, if I be philosophical and blow smoke up your ass and make this less bad than what it actually is,
please blow some smoke up my ass, Dash. I'm just so dry up there.
It's disingenuous of me to do that. I mean, look, again, I'm not saying that people need to agree with the takes that we have here or my takes in general, but this is what I'm seeing with my own 2 eyes, and I'm talking about it. If we want to have a discussion, we can have a discussion about it, and that's why we have 3 people here that we tend to have our own thoughts and our own things.
We love the debate. Yeah. By the way, we even love some anger in the chat, man. Voice your opinions. Just be respectful at it, please.
Yeah, because there is a cycle that this team is going through right now, but the issue is we don't know whether it's a Man United cycle where they become a laughingstock for a decade, or if it's just, hey, we need to sit back and relax for a couple of years and retool and retune. But remember, AC Milan and Inter took a decade to come back because of fumbling of the management. And I'm concerned that we are going down that path because of what has been presented. Because I remember back then with, Inter and AC Milan, they bought all these players, got this new awesome coach that seems cool, and then they never amounted to anything. And they were dormant until 2020. I remember 2010, 2011 was the last time. Maybe you can argue 2013, but then they went down for 7 years.
Listen, we just have to stop being hipsters as a community, and we've probably fucked all of them off. So I'm likely talking to nobody at this point, at least on this channel. But honestly,
we have the blue collar guys left now.
And that's what we need. Everything these days, it's all about marketing. Like, I didn't even know who iShow Speed was until this season, and with fucking what's that douchebag with the energy drink, right? Like, I don't fucking care, man. I just want my team to win. And that's all we should care about. Fucking iShow Speed. Fuck you. I'll show you right out the fucking door, you piece of shit. Who are you? I don't know who the fuck you are. What, you made a living on the internet? Great. What does that fucking mean? You play video games. I do that too, and I don't get paid for it. Why are you special?
This was not on my bingo card today.
This was awesome. I love this. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh man, but we've kind of ranted on long enough. I think there's there's things to build, but right now this is. I'm not saying this is the worst that it can get. It's within what I've anticipated the season to be.
Oh, trust me, it can go get worse.
Oh,
Just
I
go
was
go
trying.
go
I was trying to be optimistic, my good
dash
sir.
dash. You know our medical record.
Stop it.
We are almost out of center backs.
Stop it.
We are
Don't do it.
almost out
Don't
of
do it.
midfielders every single
Don't
weekend
do it.
because we have
Don't do
always.
it.
I don't know. I don't know.
The end is nigh. Oh boy.
I am not saying what I'm thinking, but I think you all know what I'm thinking.
Balkan Tour 2025. Let's
Mhm.
roll.
Yeah. I mean, there's such a big fan base there, and we can really meet so many of you.
I'm telling you, Balkan Juve fans are the best.
Yeah. Plus my buddy down there in Macedonia. So I'd love to come visit once more. I got to do all the countries this time. Didn't do nearly enough.
No, yeah, you should do more.
I need to try every Balkan country's version of sausage.
Should we go through a couple of the conference teams right now? Honestly, it sounds fun.
I think it'd be fun.
Slovenia would be nice. Olimpia Ljubljana,
Fiorentina.
No, it would be taking that spot.
Borac or Borac Banja Luka. That is from Bosnia.
Man, we can learn about so many other cool clubs that we never heard about before, too. It'd be an eye-opening experience. So us pretentious Juve fans playing the Conference League.
Celje or Chile as well. Dude, Slovenia has 2 teams in the Conference League. Dude, kudos to that.
Moving
Crazy,
up.
man. Honestly, Conference League would be fun.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well,
I'm all for it.
go for it. We just need 6th place, and then we get to buy you Lloyd Kelly on obligation as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lloyd Kelly would be a beast because all those Balkan
Or
players are like super short.
Bachka Topola from Serbia. That's
Red Star Belgrade.
I'm already doing my research, man.
Let's roll. Yeah. All right, folks.
Anyways,
let's wrap this. Let's wrap this therapy session. It's not even a therapy session. I think it's just
wrap it up like you're still not married to her.
Exactly.
Do you know what do you know what the sad part is? We can't even do a I don't know, prediction or a pre-game to Qatari because we don't like. What is there to say?
Just get 3 points. That's it.
Yeah, just get 3 points. I can tell you who's our center back lineups.
Listen, after tonight, I'm taking a couple days off the footy thing. I need to focus back into F1. Guys, there's going to be an F1 stream.
Oh
Saturday.
my god, I'm so in. Like F1 is back, and I'm so happy, man. Finally, something different.
We'll talk about it more soon enough. It's coming. All right, Dash.
All right, folks. On that note, if you still think that we're doom and gloom, even though we tried making you laugh and tried giving you some real world advice, make sure you like and subscribe and send your bitching comments into the comments. We'll try our best.
Also Ferrari.
Yeah. And obviously you'll see us on the weekend, and we shall be getting to work to the hours as well. So we'll see what we'll talk about there. We might talk about some interesting topics. Got some fun things to shenanigans about. And on obviously on that note, guys, we will catch you in on the next one. See you later. Hopefully Dave's camera works.
Yeah, we'll work on it.